meant what I said. Look into my eyes and inside, I was dead. I was high on those drugs, they could find it in there. All the pain that I felt, I was hiding within. Wasn't cool when you lied and you tried to pretend. You give a fuck now, but you ain't dead then. Didn't matter to you how it would affect us in the end. And I angel myself and the anger is sin. And I did things too when it hurt you the same. You must carry it all, baby, and share your pain. But just know that I love you, that ain't gonna change. Wanna make things right when your heart did break. Wanna make things right when your heart did break.
And he's taking on Greg Large, who's fights out of Edmonton, Alberta, and is riding a 4-fight losing streak. And Greg told MMA Empire in an interview that he just feels because he's been more active, that's going to play a factor in this fight, despite the losing streak.
Whole crowd, getting riled.
Ladies and gentlemen, fight fans, this is the moment we have waited all night for. Our 3 judges are ready. Our 2 fighters are ready. Rise FC fans, are you ready for our main event of the evening? Well then, let's get this started. 3 5-minute rounds in a Rise FC heavyweight division. This fight sponsored by Flash Crypto Coin. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. His height, 5'11" tall. His weight, 218 pounds even. His record, 2 wins, 12 losses, representing Northern Pride MMA from Edmonton. Please welcome Greg Large. His opponent across the cage, the man fighting out of the red corner. Standing 6 foot even, his weight, 246 pounds. His record, 5 wins, 6 losses, representing Bighouse MMA here in Chilliwack, BC. Please welcome Darwin Douglas! Your referee in charge of our main event is Mr. Sal Ram.
Okay. Look at Darwin too.
Woo! That was quite the reception.
Yeah, that was probably the biggest reception of the night, which is probably why Darwin Douglas is the main event. From the entrance on to the introduction, this crowd's ready to go. This is what you need a main event to be, where the crowd is
3 rounds, I highly doubt it goes that long. These guys look like they're ready to bring it.
Yeah, So sometimes on a main event, the crowd checks out. The crowd's definitely checked in right now for this. I've seen Darwin fight a few times, and it's always a war. It's always exciting. There's a reason why these people are excited right now. Got the feeling out process right now. And Darwin throwing some feints. Fainted out right now. Went for a leg kick early here. There are two big heavyweights in there. Darwin looks fresh right now. He seems like to be the more intimidating. He's like the hunter in there right now.
Interesting stat about Greg Large. 14 career fights, hasn't made it out of the first round in his entire career. We know it's heavyweights and that can happen, but that's pretty crazy for 14 fights.
So it's either he's won in the first round or lost in the first round?
Exactly.
Okay.
So we'll see if that theme keeps up here. Bit of a feeling out process here, but we're just going to start to see some leather.
Yeah, because both these guys have not stepped in a cage in a long time, so these nerves, all these feelings, you can't really emulate them in training camp.
Yeah.
Oh, Darwin coming away! Darwin with the kick to the body there. Feeling it out, looking really loose, like he's never been out of the cage. Coming over, looking composed. Look at this, setting it up, looking like a true Muay Thai master out there. I know what we're seeing right now is kind of like the violent version of Darwin, but this guy is one of the people that gives back to his community the most. He's one of the people that motivates them, inspires them, tries to change the community. But he fights for them hard, exactly what he's doing right now. He's fighting for his people, he's fighting for what he believes in. But I know this guy outside the cage is one of the nicest guys that you'll ever meet. But you wouldn't think so right now, as what we're witnessing right now.
It's been all Darwin Douglas in the early going.
Oh, he draws him. Puts it right down the two.
And just as I say that, this fight is over.
Wow, puts him away with a two. And he had
Darwin
enough
Douglas
respect.
with the first round finish.
He had enough respect to just hold back from wanting to finish anymore. That's the signs of a true professional. That two went down the middle, and that was it. That is it, folks. And his opponent is still down right now. He's still down on the mat. We got medical staff checking on him. Darwin Douglas might be on to a new part of his career now. Still got medical staff in there hoping that his opponent is okay. He's still on the ground right now.
We're just waiting to get the announcement coming in. Greg Large still on the ground, although it appears he might be getting up. Medical staff has now come in the cage. That was a hard shot, though.
It was a hard shot. It's one of those shots that takes a second to kind of register with your system, and that's exactly what happened. He kind of took it, and then fell to the ground.
And we got to give props to Darwin as well. He could have landed another shot after that. He paused. He saw that his opponent was down. Very classy move by Darwin Douglas.
That's experience. That's experience and respect. And like I said, I know Darwin outside here, one of the most respectful people, one of the most proud people for his community, to the point where the government of Canada has noticed it as awarded him merits on it. He's a true professional inside and outside the cage.
And a great way to cap off this card. First round finish. A lot of finishes tonight.
Yeah.
Something that the crowd always enjoys, and we certainly enjoyed tonight here from the broadcast booth. And while we're waiting for them to read the decision, any news on you that you can reveal to us, Gary? Anything that, as far as, because when was the last time we saw you in the cage?
I did the reality show out in India, the SFL show.
That's
so
right.
I did 4 fights in 28 days, and I think that's why I had to let my body heal for almost a year after that. But I got some big stuff coming up in 2019, and you'll definitely be the first one to know it.
That's good.
You'll be my first interview.
There you go. You heard it here first. He can't get out of it now. So if he does an interview with someone else, it's here on Fight TV. But in all seriousness, this was a great card tonight. I mean, you know, we had a little bit of everything. You had the grappling tournament. You had the Muay Thai fight. You had some amateurs really showcasing their stuff. Great fight between Josh McKenzie and Bryce, and then, you know, you had the two
titles giveaway. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So this card had a little bit of everything. What I liked about this card was that we did see the pro fights. You know, the first card was all amateurs, and I think it's important to still have those amateur fights on a card like this. It's important to the future of the sport. I mean, we were just talking about this off air. When you were starting as an amateur, it seemed completely different.
Completely different. It was like we didn't really have lighting. We had DJ playing music in the back, and we were in a ring. We didn't have cages at that time. And yeah, it was different. But the cool thing was I debuted when Randy Couture's son debuted. We both debuted on the same card. I was co-main event. So my first fight, I had Randy Couture walking out. So it was,
that's crazy.
At that time, Randy Couture still is a legend, but at that time his hype was at the top of the game still as a heavyweight and light heavyweight. And now he's up.
Greg Large being helped by the medical
Always
staff.
Good to see you. Fight another day.
And the streak for him continues. Still hasn't gone
You're
past
right.
first
Yeah,
round.
the streak does continue in one way or another.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's make this official. Referee Sal Ram steps in, stops this fight. 2 minutes, 42 seconds of the first round for your winner by knockout, Darwin Douglas!
Champ in his city. It always feels amazing.